Okay, and we are live. Hello there, my name is Jay Angel. Welcome to the Let's Talk Fishing video podcast. The first thing I'd like to talk about is the Northern Illinois Sports and Outdoors Show. It's going to take place from January 13th through 16th of 2022. That's 4 days of sports shows, guys, at the Lake County Fairgrounds in Grays Lake, Illinois. It's going to be a great sports show. They have it packed with talent, all kinds of exhibitors. They're signing new exhibitors every day, it seems. Going in there, going to the Grant and Rods booth, tell them Jay sent you. Okay, I have a very, very special guest. He's from Slay Nation Tournament Fishing. His name is Frankie Provolone. How you doing tonight, Frankie?
Woo! What's up, Mr. J? How we doing? Appreciate you having us on. How are you tonight?
Well, that was quite something, Frankie. There.
That's my
You
signature
woke me
thing.
right up, man. You woke me right up.
There you go. That's how we roll here.
Okay. First of all, guys, I'd like to tell you, I know a lot of you are fans of John Strotinger from New York. Yeah. He's in the hospital now with COVID, and I'd like to just say, God, please be with him. God, please be with John Strotinger, and please heal him. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Absolutely.
Yes, we do pray here on the Let's Talk Fishing podcast.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
All right. Excellent. That's why your last name is Angel.
Yeah. Something like that. Oh boy. Yeah. So Frankie, man, why don't you tell me about the Slay Nation tournaments?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, we appreciate you having us on and letting us use your platform and because of podcasters like you, it lets people trying to get their name out into the fishing community, something to lean on and share with. So thank you very much on behalf of all of Slay Nation. And for anybody watching who doesn't know who we are, which I'm going to assume a lot of people don't know who we are. We're a tournament organization, right? We're a tournament fishing organization that provides tournament opportunities for the everyday angler. We are grassroots style fishing, right? John boats, kayaks, canoes.
Wow.
Electric only, right? That's our small vessel series. Fish solo, fish with a buddy, win cash, win prizes, compete with other Slay Nation trails across the country. We have a kayak series, a horsepower series, a ladies only online series, a youth series. So, our whole mission statement is to make tournament fishing fun again, right? It doesn't always have to be cutthroat. The majority of us anglers, right, are the everyday weekend warrior that just wants to get out there, get a line wet, and enjoy our time on the water.
Are you going to have any pro-ams?
No pro-ams. We literally are, grassroots, the highest, the horsepower series we're offering next year for 2022. That's our first step up from the John boat scene, right? We're going 75 horsepower max, all right, 20-foot boat length max and lower, right? So that's basically, and we don't do any opens, right? We don't do any opens. These are all paid Slay Nation members. We don't really, not yet. We might offer some opens in the future, right? But right now, we want committed members. We don't want the cash and dash. We want people that want to stick around. They trust and believe in what we're trying to do, and that's really our brand, right? That's really the community we're trying to build.
So you have trails all over the place, huh?
Yeah, we are. Right now, we're in 22 states. Some states have have 2 divisions or 3 different series. Some states have 4 different series, like Connecticut, for example. And we possibly will end up with 23 or 24 states. I have a few directors that I have to interview. So yeah, we've grown. We're heading into our 4th season. We started 2019. And we had 7 states on board, and so we're continuing to grow. Yeah.
So you started in 2019. You had 7 states. Now you have 24 states.
Yeah, 22, possibly 24. Yeah.
That's incredible growth.
Yeah, you know what? And it was never supposed to be like that, to be quite honest. It was just Connecticut, Massachusetts. A few people saw our post on social media saying, "Hey, is this in Maine? Is this in New Hampshire? Is this in Florida?" And we're like, I was like, no. And they're like, could it be? And I was like, well, I guess, yeah. We could talk about it, tell you what we do as a director, and the next thing you know, that's where people just started wanting to, hey, can we get this in Texas? Can we get this in Cali? And yeah, we need a director that's committed and, organized and honest.
Wow. So you have a John boat series.
Hmm.
You have a kayak series, a horsepower series where a max horsepower is 75 horsepower.
Correct. Yep.
Are you going to start any other series? I'm just
And then we have the ladies only online series, which took off. That's a ladies only platform.
sure
There's a lot of women out there that are
there
really
are.
getting, yeah, getting into the fishing industry and want to tournament fish. Some have never had that, and they don't want to be a co-angler yet because they're still learning out different techniques, getting comfortable just being out in the water. And so we wanted to offer that, and it doubled in size this year. We almost had 100 lady anglers from across the country competing this past season. It's all online series. They use TourneyX, which is a tournament software
Oh yeah,
management
Dwayne
system.
Wally. Yeah,
Yeah, Dwayne's a good buddy of mine. And so, it's all catch, photo, release using a hog trough or a measuring board. And we also offered our next generation series this past season, which was 8 to 14-year-olds, trying to get youth outside, get them out on the water, understand what natural resources are around them, get them away from a screen. But the cool thing, while using TourneyX, is it incorporates a little technology, and a lot of these kids are savvy, they're tech savvy.
oh
And so
yeah.
now if you can incorporate fishing, the outdoors, and some of the technology, I mean, if you can bridge that gap, we can get more kids out there, slaying.
We sure can. We sure can. Wow. So are all your tournaments going to use Tourney X?
Not every series. Our kayak series definitely uses TourneyX. Our small vessel, half of us use it, some of us don't. It's not required with the boat series. Like we do the grassroots style where, you have a team come up with their best 5 fish and you look at their phone, right? They take their pictures with the identifier code. That's like the original way of doing it. So some trails still do that, but the majority do use TourneyX. It's much easier for directors.
Wow. Sorry, just somebody's
Oh,
playing music outside. It kind of
yeah.
distracted me.
Okay. Hopefully it's something good.
No,
All right, never mind.
no,
It's not Adele, is it?
it's not country music. It's
Okay. Okay.
that kind of threw me off. Like, who's playing that in this neighborhood?
Yeah, right. Oh,
I
that's
live out in the
funny.
country. I live out in the
Yeah.
country.
Okay. Okay. Oh, some Luke Combs.
Yeah, yeah. Or Garth Brooks. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Now we're talking.
Um. Wow. So what is your vision for
Yeah.
Slane?
Yeah. So, the vision is to continue our growth, right? In 2019, when we started in 07 states, we had 150 members, right, across the board. This past year, we were just shy of 700 members. And, we want to continue our growth. We want to hit 1,000 members next season. And our 5-year plan is to start doing some national events, like national meetups for all Slay Nation members. We're going to tickle our foot in the water with that this August up here in the Northeast. We're going to look in New York and we're going to call it the Slayers Ball, Friday, Saturday, Sunday type thing. And the whole premise of that event is to try to have the experience be the most fun fishing tournament you have been a part of, right? And when I say fun, doesn't mean we're going to go party and get crazy. I'm talking fun as far as everything from our sponsors to the meet and greet to dining together, having some drinks, doing some expos, having a big bass challenge, and then that following Sunday having the tournament, right? And just making it a real fun experience for everybody. And it's, the stuff that we have in our brainstorming pipeline, we hope that we can bring to fruition, and then duplicate that, in a bigger scale, the following year, to incorporate the West Coast and the Southern, Slayers. And then who knows? And then to continue growing our opportunities, and one step at a time. Like we have added these kayak series and the horsepower series, not all in one shot. The kayak series we added this past season, and we got ourselves into 13 states with that. So we knew it was something we're going to keep. Okay. And the horsepower series, that's an experiment next year. We don't know how that's going to work out. It's brand new. Right now, we have 6 or 7 states on board with that. And our title sponsor for that is Tiny Boat Nation. And what they do custom boats. And that is a huge niche. A lot of those
Tiny Boat Nation.
yeah, Tiny Boat Nation. Yep. They have a huge following, over like 100,000 members in their Facebook group. Over 100,000 subscribers on their YouTube. I mean, and they do some really, really unique stuff. The Tin Can Crew there, they do all these John boat modifications. I mean, they're some of the most talented fabricators I've ever seen, and that's a popular thing. But these anglers with these sweet John boats, what do they want to do? They want to compete in tournaments. So it was almost a no-brainer to offer that horsepower series that meets their needs. And so we're going to see what happens with that. And we continue to try to build a strong sponsorship or partner team, right? That we feel fit our niche market, and also we all mesh with our belief system, and as far as fishing goes, and how we take care of members.
That is just fascinating. I just looked that up. Tiny Boat Nation.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, they got some really cool stuff. They
So I
got some
put
really,
that up there right there to help you in Tiny Boat Nation out.
yeah, yeah. Those are some good guys over there.
Wow, wow. So your John Boat series is sponsored by Tiny Boat Nation.
Well, the horsepower series is, yes, right. So that the horsepower series. Then we have our small vessel series. That's, I mean, both are John boats, but the small vessel. When you think of John boat, that aluminum tin can 10-footer, right, with the trolling motor on the back. That's the small vessel series, if you can envision that. And then a
Oh, I
horsepower
can.
series will have bigger boats with bigger outboards, right?
I used to have a little plastic boat called a crawdad made by
Oh
Coleman.
yeah, yeah. Those are
And,
we have a lot of members that fish out of the crawdads.
yeah, and I think maybe as big as I've gotten, that I would probably overload a crawdad now.
Yeah, well, they're not that big, really. They're good for
Wow.
one person. 6 rods and some tackle and a battery. And then you're good.
This one said 2 people, but they were meaning small people, maybe 2 jockeys.
Okay, yeah, yeah. 2 leprechauns.
Yeah, 2 little bitty guys, because me and one of my buddies, I got one of my buddies in there one time, and I mean, we didn't have much freeboard.
Yeah, absolutely,
We
absolutely.
didn't
I
have much
believe it.
freeboard, but
Absolutely, I believe it, man.
so what state are you from?
Connecticut. So we're up here northeast.
Northeast. So is that where Slay Nation is centered? Is up there in the
Yeah,
Northeast?
yeah, right here in the basement. That's where it all started. I used to direct for another when my February 2018, I saw a post on Facebook, hey, looking for a director in Connecticut for john boat and kayak tournament scene. And I'm like, ooh. So I looked into it and I said, all right, I want to do it. And I ran it in Connecticut, and I mean, I had like 50 something people join, right? And
Wow.
that was my first time directing. I mean, I fish as a co-angler or a non-boater in a big boat scene, so I was familiar with tournament fishing, but not directing. Right? It's
Yeah.
different. It's a whole different story when you have your angler
Oh,
hat on and director hat on. And
absolutely.
but I wanted to get my feet wet in it. I did it. I absolutely loved it. Did end up working out with that. I mean, that little series. It was just Connecticut and Mass. They just fell apart, and there were some other things. So I had a bad experience. There were some things being done
Sure.
I didn't like. Right? I didn't like,
Hmm.
and that's why I said I can't be a part of it. And that's how Slay Nation was born. I'm basically doing everything I did not like to be a part of, and incorporate what the values are that I believed in with members, and how honesty. And so, and that's where it took off. So that was it. And then it just slowly grew from there.
Okay, so you're a tournament director, and I guess a tournament owner too.
Yep.
Um, do you also tournament fish?
Absolutely. That's one of the best things about what we allow. We allow our directors to fish the events. Okay.
Okay.
We
Okay.
allow them to fish. That's one of the best parts about being a director, is that even you get to even create your schedule based off your personal schedule, right? Can you be there? can you show up and do the, setup and make sure the insurance is there in case of anything, emergencies, and handing out prizes, taking pictures, videos, whatever it is. We allow our directors to tournament fish as well.
Well, that's great, man.
Yeah.
That's great because I know there's, geez. I mean, I've done some tournament fishing, not a whole lot, but what I've mostly done is be an outdoor communicator, being there at the tournaments and
Hmm.
talking to the directors as the whole thing's going on, and they have 5 minutes during the day to talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's about it with everything else going on, but
Yeah.
you know, I just wow, fishing the tournament and directing it at the same time, that has got to be hectic.
Yeah, it's all right. The thing is, it's hectic when you're like, if you're a first year director, right? A lot of our directors have never directed. Some of them have never fished a tournament before. So it's our job to coach them. All right. We have these recipes in place that we, share with them to make sure they're successful. And then once you do it one or two or three events, then you start to develop your own system. How do you set up in the morning, your table, your check-in process, certifying hog troughs, going over debriefing, the rules of the day, safety, in case of inclement weather, what to do. And then you let them launch, right? And then you let them blast off. And then, I put the table away, I get everything situated, get on my job boat with my partner. We take off, we fish. And the cool thing about Tourney X is I judge fish while I'm on the water, right?
Yes,
I
yeah,
set specific times. I say 10 a.m. is when I judge, 12, 12 noon is when I judge, and I shut off the standing so no one knows where they stand. So it's really fun when we do our slaying. It's the weigh-in.
slaying. I like that.
Yeah, and so I judge when I'm on the water. My partner and I, we come in like 40 minutes early before everybody else to get our boat on the trailer, get the tent set up, get the prizes prepared, the big checks written out. And that's the thing is we get our tournament stuff in, right? Yeah, we try to fish hard, but at the end of the day, I'm a director. My responsibility is the members and giving them the best experience possible, and that's exactly what all of our directors try to do.
Man, that's really cool. That's really cool. That's wow. That says something, man. Because if you can direct and fish at the same time, that's wow.
Yeah.
There's endless things to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it's
And
more working on the back end stuff, like, the off season stuff, and, talking to sponsors and emails and getting jerseys ready and bracelets and decals and, interviewing directors or whatever it might be. That's harder than actual tournament day, directing and fishing.
yeah, but also setting up tents isn't easy either.
Oh, no, no, but we only set up one pop-up tent, but
Oh,
it's
okay. So you got
you
like one
know,
maybe up. Yeah.
yeah, we got one right now. We'll get to two. We'll get to two later on. I think next year I might do two and like have a display area and whatever. But right now it still looks good though. It still has a
I'm,
nice
I'm
setup.
thinking the BFLs I used to fish back in the day where they
Oh
had
man, no, we're
the
not.
big tent that they needed guys there with sledgehammers banging.
Yeah, yeah, we're not there yet. Hopefully one day we have to get some sledgehammers, but not yet. Right now we're using right now we're just using regular hammers.
Yeah, they had 15 people out there setting up tents for them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Or the and that I always liked that better than the ones that you had to stand there in the rain by
Oh,
the by
absolutely.
the trailer that opened up.
Oh, I agree. I agree.
I fish both kinds, like that. But man, so 24 states,
Yeah.
24 states now. Wow,
Yeah.
this has really grown, Frankie. Man, that's
Yeah, we're getting there, and each year we're getting this next season we actually have 6 title sponsors. We've never had that many title sponsors. We had one title sponsor this past season, the year before, Filthy Anglers, and they treated us really well. A great apparel company. They're not on board next year. They're making some changes and developing some things, so maybe the year after. But we have 6 title sponsors next year, and over 30 partners and sponsors altogether that give product and discounts to our members. So we're really excited, and I'll shout them out later.
sure, sure, sure. So where does this? So how far west do your states go?
Yeah, we go California, all the way to California. Yeah,
California, okay.
yeah, we have our small vessel series in California is our biggest trail in the country. They had about 85 members. these past 2 seasons, right? 80, I think we had 80 in 2020 and 85 this past season. They're converting to the horsepower series. They fish huge bodies of water, clear lakes, so they're going
Yeah.
horsepower. It makes sense. And so, but we have kayak series in Arizona, a kayak series in Nevada, a horsepower series in northern Nevada. So we go all the way to the West Coast right now.
Okay, you have Texas too.
Yes, Texas kayak series.
And what
A
about lose Goose? Go ahead.
Yeah, a potential horsepower series in Texas. I still got to talk to this fella about directing.
And what
Yep.
about Louisiana?
Yeah, Louisiana. We got a small vessel series. We this past season was Jacob, his first year directing with us. So yeah, he had a nice little series going. It was great.
Wow, I'd like to. Well, I guess I can go to Slay Nation and see where they fish.
Absolutely can. Yeah, his schedule for 2022 isn't up yet, but it will be soon.
So, if a guy wanted to know more about this, they go to Slay Nation, and all of the information they need is right there.
Yeah, exactly. Go to SlayNationTournamentFishing.com, which you could see it on the screen. Take a look around. You'll kind of get a nice little feel of what we're trying to encompass here. And depending on what you have, if you have a kayak, check out the kayak series. See what's near you. Check out the small vessel series. Right. Depending on what you want, go check out our membership page. It tells you everything included in your $60 annual membership. It's the most we've ever offered. Every year you get a Slay Nation jersey. We do a different scheme on it. It has all of our sponsors on it, title sponsors on the front. You get a Slay Nation bracelet, a decal. You're going to get a Slay Nation custom jig that I helped design with our buddies at Stretch and Lines Angler Gear. Everybody gets it. The flash on the jig represents Slay Nation and our Lady Slayers, the purple and green. You're going to have access to over 30 discount codes from all of our partners. We got some great partners. I mean, names are, Bass University. Everybody's going to get a 50% discount on their annual membership, and a bunch of other, bigger companies we rock with. You're going to be entered into our 2022 National Online Championship, right? Really cool stuff. So, lots of incentives within that membership package.
Okay, we have a question here for you from
Okay.
Cajun Rob Fishing. Rob Welsh is a good friend of mine,
Okay. Hey,
and
Rob.
he asked, is are Kentucky and Tennessee going to have Slay Nation?
They are not on the map. They are not on the map. We
Wow.
do not have director in Kentucky or Tennessee. The thing is, we never had. I had some interest in Kentucky last year. Two fellas were interested, and one of them, unfortunately, was going through a divorce, so it was just bad timing.
Ah,
Yeah,
they
and the
wouldn't.
other, yeah, and the other fella, he had a job transfer out of state, so he moved. But I would love to. We would love to have Alabama, Texas. I'm sorry, Tennessee, Kentucky on board. We just need a director. We need somebody
Oh,
that's
sure.
interested. Yeah. So not yet, but hopefully one year.
I know Cajun Rob is actually from. Well, he's actually from Mississippi, but he lives up in Kentucky now. So,
Oh, okay.
and he fishes.
Beautiful.
He fishes a lot of the bigger trails as a co-angler.
Oh, all right. All right. Very nice. Yeah, I did that deal. I did that deal for 7 years for the ABA.
Okay, okay. That has its place.
Absolutely.
Has its place. You get used to fishing in the back of the boat. It was kind of like, I like in being a co-angler to fishing in the back of my dad's boat, except I never had a co-angler who was as mean as my dad.
Yeah. Of course. That's funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got to fish. When I fish in the ABA here in Connecticut, I was really fortunate because I was the only boater in the non-boater in the club, so everybody had to draw me. But I had a bunch. There was a bunch. I was the Yeah, I was the only non-boater, the only guy that had to draw. Every boater had to draw the number and see who was fishing with Frankie. But I fished with a bunch of great fellas because that experience for a non-boater or co-angler sometimes could not be the best, right? Depending on who you got. You might have a guy on a miserable day who just backboats you, who doesn't want to talk to you. And I'm a social guy, and so I
Yeah,
like to
you
talk.
are.
And so I drew some great guys, great anglers. I even draw, Paul Mueller, who fishes the Elite Series.
Oh
He's
yeah,
from Connecticut.
I'm familiar with Paul Mueller. Yes.
I fished with him 2 times in a row, both on Candlewood Lake and Lake Leelanau, two of his prime lakes, and we had a great time together. And it's cool. I even get to say I got to fish with Paul Mueller. before he went, that big pro. So yeah, it has its place. Being a non-boater, you're only going to want to do it for so long until you want to be in charge of the boat. And believe it or not, a lot of like these co-anglers and non-boaters like fishing the Slay Nation events because they're competing on their own or with their partner, but they have control. Hey, I want to fish this lay down over here today. I don't want to be backboated. So it's a nice option for anybody.
It sure is. It sure is. So, hey, Frankie, do you have any shout outs you'd like to do?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. First off, love to shout out all the slayers across the country, right? All of our directors. We had a phenomenal 2021, and it's only because of the people that believe in what we got going on. Our members are the slayers, right? If you ever hear us say slayers, those are our members. That's our community, our directors, and all of our sponsors and partners, right? We can't do what we do without them. I mean, I have a list here. If it's all right, if I go through it, I'll be
Sure, go
quick.
through it.
I'll be quick, but we have 6 title sponsors. I'm excited to talk about Monster Bass Company. So everybody knows that subscription box, Monster Bass, right? They are hopped on board with us for 2022 as a title sponsor. We've rebranded our lunker, right? Lunker of the event, biggest bass. We call it Monster Bass of the event, and they get hooked up with some Monster Bass swag. They get hooked up on their elite pro team with some discounts if you happen to win. We feature you on our social media pages, right? Try to make that angler famous. Wicked Weights, Tungsten Weight Company out of New Jersey. Our great buddy Jim Sperone hopping on board with us as a title sponsor. He's been with us for 3 years, but next year they hopped on board to be a title sponsor. Hookset Hoodlums, apparel company out of Connecticut. Right. Their hashtag is Ride With Us or Collide With Us. They have great apparel, hoodies, you name it. Great community of family feel there. John Yacht, right? No matter what you fish from, that's your yacht. You're passionate about it. You don't have to have the fancy things in life. So go check out John Yacht. Sticks Fishing is a fishing rod company out of California. So Nick, the Informative Fisherman, he's one of the original YouTube anglers that started doing informational based, YouTube, posts and films and vids. That's his rod company, right? Him and Travis Moran have a great social media following that we're partnering up with them. Our last title sponsor is Fuse Fishing, brand new soft plastic company that is going to launch soon, very soon. I can't wait to show everybody their baits. I have a few of their prototypes. When you think of their baits, I want you to think of like Japanese domestic market baits, right? That kind of look to it. Japanese are always ahead of the game when they're designing, right?
Sure are.
You know what I mean? Think of that style, but out of the U.S., right? All custom stuff. Viking eyewear, right? Sunglasses, RoboHawk, phone tethers, and gear tethers, so you don't lose your stuff. Especially us folks that take catch, photo, release tournament fishing. We are always like ready to drop that phone in the water because we're taking pictures and the fish flops, hit your hand. You put it on a tether, you don't have to worry about that no more. Protect your investment. The Bass Juice, scented baits, Outdoorsman coffee. Jay, are you a coffee drinker?
No.
You're not. All right. I was going to send you a bag. Is the missus a coffee drinker or
Yes, she
anybody in the
is.
house? All right. I'm going to send you a bag. We have our own blend here. It's called the Slayer Select from
No way.
Outdoorsman Coffee Company. Yes. I also help run their social media as well. It's a veteran-owned organization. We love supporting our vets. And go check out Slayer Select Coffee. This is a morning blend. You can save 15% off with Slay 15. So go check that out. Onyx Life Vest, right? Onyx Outdoors. That's our life vest provider. Harmony Fishing, Tech Baits, Martin Custom Baits, Riverwise Fishing, Line Cutters, Zico Shoes. Don't be a geek, yo. Get some Zicos. That's our official water shoe, right? They have shoes for everybody. Men, women, all different colors, youth. CT Zico Team gets you 30% off. P Line, Veterans Fishing, Lithium battery power, Euro Tackle, the Bass University. All Slay Nation members get 50% off their annual membership. We're also going to be raffling out 5 free annual memberships with them.
We have.
Bounty
I need to
Hunter.
interrupt you here for a
Yeah,
second.
go ahead.
We have another comment from Danglin' Dave.
Okay.
He said,
Oh,
"Let's
yeah.
go, Frankie."
Yeah, that's our Connecticut Horsepower Series director. That's David Steele, showing some support there. What's up, Mr. Steele? Let's see. We got Bounty Hunter Custom Baits, the American Angler Outdoors channel. We have Tiny Boat Nation, of course, Kayak Cushion, Gray Goat Lures, Omnia Fishing, Z Bait Company, Naughty Fish Outfitters, Stretch and Lines Angler Gear, Tourney Tag, Save Your Outdoors, Adosa Reel, Cat 3 Tackle, Po Bassin. We are partners with the Ike Live Show, right? Proud partners with the Ike Live Show. Heat Your Meat Seasonings, Tourney X, right? Heat Your Meat Seasonings. I'll tell you right
Yeah.
now, Jay. I don't know if you like, if you like to, whether you like to barbecue or smoke anything.
Oh, I
Heat
love
your
barbecue. Yeah.
heat your meat. Heat when I get some extra seasoning, I'll send it your way. Heat your meat out of Connecticut. Andy's famous rubs, they're called. Everything has a little kick to it, right? You can get everything bagel seasoning with the kick. I use that every morning on my bagels, no lie. I just use their mild seasoning and the chili I made tonight. Really, really great product. Mark Serrano is a great guy too. He owns it. I'll have to send you some. I'll send you some when I get my next package in. Fish or Die Baits, Third Eye Fishing. That's it. That's a lot. I'm sorry,
No,
but
that's no big
I
deal.
I appreciate you letting me doing
That's
that
what
shout
shout
out.
outs are for, man.
That's true. That's how
You
we
get
keep
some of
our
these, you
sponsors.
get some of these guys who fish the Bassmaster Elite. They have a long list. They
Yeah.
have to. It costs a lot of
Yeah.
money to fish the elites and run your family. Because that's what
Oh,
they do for a living.
absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you for letting me do that.
Oh, anytime, man. Anytime, guys. Check out Slay Nation. I know that most of you guys are. If you're not tournament fishermen, you're an aspiring tournament fisherman, or you're a guy like me, a retired tournament fisherman, and
Yeah.
just fish for fun nowadays.
Yeah, absolutely. Keeps you healthy, man.
Yeah, it does.
You
Well,
know?
anyways, guys, check out Slay Nation Tournament Fishing. This organization is going somewhere. I didn't want to call it a tournament trail because there's several tournament trails. So this tournament organization is going to go somewhere. It's going to be around for a long time, guys.
Appreciate that. Let's
I
hope.
can tell. I've been around long enough to see them come and see them go. And I've even seen some major trails go.
Yeah.
Major trails, and
Yeah.
let's all send prayers John Stoutenger's way.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Please, John is a good guy. John is the guy who actually introduced me to StreamYard, introduced me to Frankie Provolone.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a good guy. Do anything for anybody.
Yeah.
And in closing, I'd like to tell you that I'd like to announce that the Northern Illinois Sports and Outdoor Show is going to take place January 13th through 16th of 2022. That's 4 days of sports shows. And it's going to be at the Lake County Fairgrounds in Grays Lake, Illinois. And, Frankie, I know you're a busy man. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and talk to our viewers here at the Let's Talk Fishing podcast.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. I appreciate that. And if we don't talk, I'll text you later on. But want to wish you happy holidays. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Let's not be strangers. And I look forward to watching your podcast grow. We'll have everybody come here and check out Let's Talk Fishing.
Okay, well, stick around. I'm going to end the podcast with that. And guys, have a great night.
Peace, love, and slay all day.
Frankie. Crack me up, man.